Oh, wow. Here we go. I'm sorry, y'all. So it's your boy D Mac, and I am absolutely back, and I'm here to clean up a couple of things, man, because there's a lot of things, a lot of questions that was left in my hiatus. You know what I'm saying? There's people who hit me up and was trying to get in touch with me on some stuff, man, and I apologize if I didn't get back with you. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But yo, I'm here. I got some questions, well, not questions. I have, I guess, some answers for some people and just some updates on what's been going on in my life, man, because it's been crazy for a minute. I ain't even gonna front. You know, whenever you come out and you reintroduce yourself to the world as something different, a whole new avenue and a whole new world is opened up to you that you have to learn about, that you have to be able to start to navigate through, man. And that's where I've been at. I've been trying to navigate through a whole new world, just based on the things that I've been through lately. I want to give a shout out to all of the free thinkers, man. I love y'all. Everybody that's been giving me support, everybody that's been watching from the background and just making sure your boy stay on point with some things, giving encouraging words. I love you and I appreciate you to death. That's straight from the heart. I just want to say, man, my title is Manhood Has Nothing to Do with Sexuality. And I say that because I'm starting to see that in the spectrum of homosexuality in the gay community, you have the masculine gay guys, and you have the femboys that they like to be called, and it does kind of separate them in a sense, but at the same time, they're still men. You know, you got the masculine ones who don't show all the feminine aspects and stuff like that, of course. And, unless they tell you, you really wouldn't know that they were homosexual or gay. And a lot of times they're bisexual, like me. I'm a bisexual guy. That means I go women or men, trans women, male to female, female to male. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of different aspects that goes into it and a whole lot of different nuances that people really don't understand. It's stuff that I didn't understand until I started to get deep into that world myself and start to really see and have people to open up and talk to me, because the trans world and the homosexual world just they're not gonna open up to everybody and let you in on what's going on, because people get bashed, people get all types of brutalization and demonization from allowing the wrong people in and giving their information to the wrong people. And so it's very hard for you to get information out of those communities. But once you gain the trust and once they see that you're one of them, then they'll start to open up a little bit and let you know what's really going on, because they don't want you out here just uh, proverbially naked in the street, which I appreciate. Shout out to everybody in Killeen that's helped me out. Shout out to everybody who put me up on game and everybody who's explaining to me the ins and outs of this new world that I've entered into. And I appreciate each and every one of y'all as well. Y'all are like my free thinkers community on the other side of the spectrum, because you really, really give me insight in what's going on in the world that I don't see. There's a whole other world out here that we don't see, that we don't pay attention to, because it's not a part of our everyday lifestyle. And so we don't give any recognition to it, or we don't pay any attention to what's going on in these whole entire other communities and worlds out here that exist. We walk by them every day. We walk past people every day, and they could be going through something, man, something so hard and something so harsh that if you really knew what they were going through, you want to give that person a hug, man. I've come across some people, man. I've come across some people who I've known in the past, but I didn't know them in this capacity. And they share with me some horror stories, man, of people being brutal. Tony, I hope you don't get mad at me for saying this, bro, but this is one of the craziest, most heart wrenching, gut wrenching stories I've ever heard. It's twin brothers, man. I said one of the brothers' names, but I won't say the other name. Both of these brothers, they had drug issues, and I met the one twin in this rehab facility that I used to work at. I'm not gonna name it as well, but he was a cool guy. He was a part of the gay community, and just all around cool dude, man. And here recently, ironically, as I being introduced to the homosexual world by some people that I met up with, um, I was reintroduced to Tony's brother, and Tony's brother told me a story about his now deceased twin brother, and he said that they were doing drugs, and his brother OD died. The police then locks up his brother for giving him the drug that he OD'd on, which they cannot prove. Only they can prove that they did the drug together, but they could not prove that he was the one who gave his brother the drug. So now they have this young man locked up for 2 years, locked up in Bell County Jail for 2 years, while this trial is going on to determine whether he's guilty of killing his brother, or they would call it what, involuntary manslaughter, I guess. So now, during these 2 years while he's locked up, he gets a a bacteria that eats away from your inside out, and this bacteria begins to eat his cartilage and eat his bones, and now this young man is on a walker. He's on a walker. He can barely walk, and it's all due to being in jail surrounding his brother's death. So not only is he trying to mourn his brother, he's also in jail. Not only is he in jail, but he's also dealing with this bacterial infection that was caused by being in jail. Y'all follow me? So man, I'm listening to this dude, man, and my heart is just broken into several thousands of pieces because, man, I can't think of nothing more terrible than being accused of killing my own brother, having to sit there and wait there, catching something that could potentially take my life. And it's definitely destroying my quality of living right now. And you know that the police departments are not equipped to handle any serious medical things like that. The little medical staff that they do have is interns at best. And so, man, my heart goes out to you, bro, and I hope you get some peace in it. The good thing is, though, that he um he was acquitted of that, but at this point, you've already fallen in health. You've already missed 2 years of your life with your family, and all of these different things are going through your mind. So what do you think that young man is going to turn to when he get out of jail to help him to cope with the things that he has to face now as an invalid? Because that's pretty much what he is at this point now. It's devastating, man, and it destroyed my heart, man, to hear that this brother's going through this, man. But these are the things in life that people have to go through, and this is, I'm not saying this is because of homosexuality, but I am saying that, you know, in this world, we don't understand what type of horrific things people are struggling with on a daily basis. And we want to come up and tease them about being a homosexual. We want to come up and talk crazy to them and treat them funny because they don't act like we act. They don't do what we do and indulge in what we indulge in, which a lot of y'all is into some real freaky stuff. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So don't be trying to call yourself not strange and not peculiar when some of y'all be into the nasty, freaky stuff that y'all be into on the low on these daggone chat rooms at night, and you be creeping. Yeah, we gonna get into that. Let me go get something real quick. We gonna talk. We gonna talk tonight. Yeah, we not about to go and allow this thing to keep going the way it's going because I was one of the main people who would always champion being yourself and living your life the way you choose to lead your life because ultimately it's your life, and nobody else is going to be able to account for your life, the choices that you made in your life, or any of that. You have to take account for all of that yourself. And so, I see that that's an individual walk, that's an individual journey. And we can't tell nobody what path they supposed to be on and how they supposed to be walking and how they supposed to be living. We don't know what their purpose on this earth is, and we don't know what all is required of that person to fulfill their purpose. So how then can we think that we are informed enough to know what this person is supposed to be out here doing? We can see on the outside that a person may be talented in an area and they may be gifted in an area, but that still may not be their purpose. Just because they gifted in something don't mean that their purpose is exercised within their gift. Let me say that again. Just because we see that a person is gifted or talented in an area don't mean that their purpose is to be exercised through their gift. Bam! How you like that? That smell real good on a platter. So I'm looking at these different stories and I'm seeing these different struggles that people are going through on a daily basis, on top of just your normal everyday struggles that we go through as just human beings. So they have this compounded extra stuff on top of what they're going through. And now, I began to see it. I began to feel it. I began to understand what they are so angry, or what the people are so angry about. And the people that I'm referring to is the LGBTQ community. If you didn't know, then you know now. But I've been exposed to a lot of things now that have opened up my eyes to a new plight in this world. That has opened up my heart to a new set of people in this world. And, that's just what I'm here for, man. So I'm the voice. I'm the voice of the people. I always consider myself as the voice of the people, and I will continue to be the voice of the people because that's what's necessary. That's what's in my life. Um, that's what's always been in my heart to do. And so, as long as I'm going to be equipped to do it, then I'm going to do it. Unless it's talk about what's been going on in the world. Let's just talk about what's been going on in the world. Now, I don't know too much about what's been going on in the news because I haven't really been paying much attention to that. I have uh, other things that have been occupying my time, I should say, and so I haven't been up on world issues. But that's not what the show is about. We are discussing manhood and how it is not necessarily seen in our sexuality. Because you have a lot of men who run around here and sleep with a lot of women, and they think that's cool. I used to think that was cool, but it's not. Um, I definitely have had my share of relationships. And in those relationships, I've always been masculine. I've always been a breadwinner. I've always been head of the household, regardless of the nature of the relationship. That's just how I am. That's just who I am. And so I can't operate outside of what I am. You understand what I'm saying? We alluded to the point of the gladiator. The gladiators, as you know, back in the day, you had some from different places, and in those places, they practiced um, homosexuality. They practiced non-binary and all of these different lifestyle concepts. They would go out and they would slay 1,000 men, and they would come back in. They'd go in there, hit their little dude, gluteus maximus, and then go on about their business. And they were still seen as no less of a man because they walked in masculinity and they exercised masculinity, which had absolutely nothing to do with their sexual preference. So, ooh, yes, yes. Hey, y'all, excuse me. I just got a good message, y'all. And so I just want people to understand that when we talk about homosexuality, we're not talking about somebody's that's feminine, somebody that's weaker vessel and all of that stuff like that. By far, I will not even think to say that people in the homosexual community are of a weaker status because of the things that they deal with that a lot of y'all wouldn't even be willing to deal with. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about heterosexual people. There's a lot of heterosexual people that cannot carry the load that the homosexual carries on a regular typical basis. Well, I ain't gonna say you can't. I'm just saying that you would be reluctant to do so. That's a better statement. You would be reluctant to carry this load. You would be reluctant or hesitant to deal with this type of issue. Anybody would. Nobody likes the negativity of the world. Nobody likes to be critiqued, and nobody likes to be judged by others. And so, living in this life that we live in and walking in the way that we walk and carrying ourselves the way that we do, then we have to understand that there are going to be people that we coexist with in spite of. There are going to be people that are not going to be very particularly happy about the choices that we make in our lives because it's going to alter the lives of many. My decision to come out has altered the lives of many. And I'm not saying in a good way. My decision to come out has destroyed a family. It's broken apart friendships, social circles, and so many other things. So there is the adverse side to it. It's not been all open arms and welcome and love. It's been pushed out the door on the other side as well. So I've experienced the love and I've experienced the hate. I've experienced the heartbreak that I've caused. And I'm sorry to each person whose heart I've broken and who I've uh, damaged through my decision to come out, but I'm not in any type of regret that I did. Who's calling? God, no, don't try to call right now. See, I'm gonna have to hang this up. And see, I can't stand this because, you know, everybody, dang, I lost. See, I hate when people try to call in the middle of my stuff because it messes up my train of thought. But I'll just say this. I've heard a lot of people, but see, I gotta, I hate this. I've hurt a lot of people. I've caused a lot of heartache, but I don't regret the decision that I made to come out because living a double life is even worse. This is years and years and years of lying and covering it up and all the little dirt that you do to try to keep things under wraps. There's been so much deception in my life that it was at some point I didn't know what was truth and what was not because I got so good at lying and covering up things. And so now that I don't have to lie, now that I don't have to remember a lie and I don't have to cover anything up and I can come out and be my true self and express myself the way I want, and that don't mean that I'm skipping around in daisies and trolloping through the grass and shit like that. But what is happening is, I'm able to be me. And when I say me, I mean wholly myself without having to hide one part of me, without having to mask a part of me. And so, in doing so, damn it, you call my fucking phone one more time, you stupid. It didn't help my temper none, as y'all can see. These motherfuckers is persistent on trying to damn uh, uh, loiter or whatever you call it. But I go back to saying, see, the enemy is trying to get my mind jammed up so I can't get this message out. But I'm going to get this shit out tonight, damn it. Devil, you a fucking liar. All right. Now back to what I was saying. Y'all, all right, so look at this shit. I'm going to block this motherfucker. God damn it. See that shit? But the devil don't want me to get this shit out because he know that some people are going to get a breakthrough when I say the shit that I'm about to say. I do not regret coming out because now I can truly, fully live my life and I can truly, fully express myself and work within my purpose because my purpose expands far past just the heterosexual community. I have to be able to make that crossover to the homosexual community as well. There's people in the homosexual community that I'm going to have to be able to reach as well as the heterosexual community and by me being in the closet with my life that limited me from where I could go and what people I could touch and what people I could relate to. But soon as I open those doors, soon as I quit holding that one door, everything opened up, man. Everything opened up. Now I'm able to speak to a community and touch hearts in an area that I had absolutely no access to before. Yeah, that's the greater scheme of things. And so as I look at this, it's a double-edged sword because on one side, I, hey, the people in the heterosexual world who know me, who's been around me and who love me, who rock with me, y'all gonna be there and y'all gonna rock with me forever until the wheels fall off. So I ain't worried about that. The people who fell away from me, you wasn't meant to be in my life but for a season anyway. That's the way I look at y'all. There's some people in your life that are seasonal, and you just have to understand that because we try to make seasonal people permanent in our lives. And that's not the way to go because when we do that, we're putting a person out of position and their purpose in our life, once it runs its course, now you have nothing but freestyling basically. And so I just wanted to put this out here, and this is the update that I wanted to give, man. That I'm able to reach a whole new community of people and to reach a whole new genre of people, so to speak, because of the sacrifice that I made, because it was an absolute sacrifice to come out. It was an absolute sacrifice. I sacrificed my marriage, man. I mean, I sacrificed relationships with family members. I sacrificed relationships with friends. I sacrificed a lot. Do you hear me? I sacrificed a fucking lot just to say I'm bisexual. Just by me making that statement, that definitive statement right there, things began to crumble. Now you tell me that words don't affect nothing. You tell me that words don't kill and words don't bring things to life. You tell me, somebody who's seen the power of what a simple statement like I'm bisexual did to a whole fucking world and a whole community. Now you come and tell me that words don't hurt. You come and tell me that words don't build and words don't destroy and words don't. Come tell me that to my face. And I use those same words to destroy your ass and your bullshit logic. It's real out here. And manhood, when we talk about manhood from now on, or when I talk about manhood from now on, I'm not speaking about it in the terms of generalized masculinity, which is being able to create a baby, being stronger than a woman physically, and shit like that. No, I'm talking about the responsibilities of a man. I'm talking about the character of a man, because that's where the real manhood lies, is in your character, not in your prowess, not in your physical stature. It lies in your character as a man, the things that you do, the choices that you make in life, the sacrifices that you make in life. These are the things that make you a man. These are the things that make us a man. Are there women out here sacrificing and making choices and things? Absolutely, 100% they are. But do they carry the same weight? Let's just be real. So this is what I'm championing, y'all. And if you can't rock with it, fuck you. I didn't care in the first place. That's where I am with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, checking me out today. I appreciate every single person who's still rocking with your boy D Mac. And yeah, your boy back. I'm going to be bringing some new topics. I'm going to be just going through this lifestyle change and all of the different experiences that I'm having as I go through them in real time with you guys. Because this is what we need. We need all sides of the spectrum covered. So y'all know what I say, man. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.